Hey everyone, it's Rashida A. Marshall. Thank you so much for joining me. If it's your first time, welcome. Please be sure to subscribe so you can stay up to date on all future videos. So today we're going to take you through a 12-minute morning stretch. If you are already laying down in bed, then you are ready and set to go to get your day started. If not, go ahead and join me down on the mat or just a comfortable place where you can recline, and we'll jump in here. So just find yourself comfortable in your reclined position, and then when you're ready, go ahead and float those arms overhead. And on your inhale, take a nice reach as you lengthen from the fingertips to the toes, and then exhale as you melt the body down. And then again for 2, as you inhale, really stretch and reach as though you're trying to get taller, and then exhale as you release. We have one more here, our last one. Take a nice stretch on that inhale, and then exhale as you just allow the body to relax. Now we're going to space the feet out, maybe the width of the mat or just a little wider than hip distance. And then we're going to bring the hands over to our right side. And then we're going to bring that left leg to cross over the right leg. So think of creating the letter C with your body. You should be getting a nice stretch all throughout the left side of the body here. Maybe even tugging on the left wrist and crossing that leg over a little bit more to deepen your stretch. With every exhale, just find yourself reaching through the fingers and the toes. And then we're going to go ahead and bring ourselves back to center as we move over to the other side. So bringing the hands over to the left side now, and that right leg crosses over the left. Again, maybe you tug on that right wrist, pulling the arm, maybe reaching the right leg over the left a little bit more as you stretch all along the right side of the body. Breathing here. This is such a nice stretch. And then we're going to bring ourselves back to center, separating the feet, and then float those arms down by the side. And now we're going to draw our right knee in towards the chest, wrapping the arms around the shins, getting a nice tug there, releasing the lower back. And now let's go ahead. We're going to place the palms behind the thigh, lengthen that leg up 4 times here as we just reach, getting a stretch in the hamstring. On that last one, we hold it. And then just draw the leg in towards you, breathing here. We bend the knee and then release it back down onto the ground. And then we switch over to the other leg as you draw that knee in towards you. Really getting a nice tug. And then lengthen that leg up 4 times as we press up here. And again for 2, 3, and then on that 4th one, again, we just hold it and then gently pull that leg in towards you. Making sure not to move through any discomfort. And now we're going to bend that leg, hold it in towards the chest as we bring the right leg back to meet, and then just hold both legs in towards you, maybe rocking a little bit from left to right here. Getting a nice lower back release. And then we're going to lower the feet down, soles of the feet planted, and just allow the knees to fall from left to right into your windshield wiper. And then after we take this last one, you're going to allow the knees to fall over to one side, keep the bend in the knees, the legs are stacked, and now we're stacking the shoulders, lengthening the arms out, palm on top of palm. And now we're going to take a nice inhale as we take the top arm up toward the ceiling, exhale as it floats out to the other side, the head follows. And then as we inhale, we take the arm back up, and then exhale as it lowers down. And then again for 2, inhale as we float the arm up, and then exhale as we allow it to lengthen out to the side, feeling that nice release into the spinal rotation. We draw it back up, inhale, exhale, lower. So we have 2 more here. Just allow yourself to move through this movement to whatever distance feels comfortable for you. Allowing the arm to lengthen out and rest down if it feels okay to move into the release that far. Making sure you keep the legs connected so we don't begin to roll all the way back onto our back. And then we finish with that last one. And then from here, we're just going to go ahead and bring ourselves over to the other side. So we're just flipping over, arms again lengthened out, palm on top of palm, and then we move into that same release. Inhale, lift, exhale as the arm floats down. And then we draw it back up on that inhale, exhale as the arm releases. And then again for 2, same thing, reaching that arm up. Exhale, it melts out to the side, the head follows. And then we float it back up and release. Let's take it through 2 more. Really having active energy all the way throughout the fingertips. And then this is our last one here. Inhale, lift, and exhale, lower. Now from here, we're going to go ahead and bring ourselves onto the front of the body. So flipping yourself over, bringing those palms by the rib cage. We're going to press into some extensions here. Those toenails are pressed down onto the mat or the bed. And just take a nice press here on your inhale, lifting the chest. And then as we exhale, we melt down, lengthening through the crown of the head. And then again for 2, pressing the palms as you peel the front of the body up, getting that nice opening in the front of the body. Exhale, release. Continuing to move through this, lifting to whatever height feels okay for you. And then again, we take that press here for 4 as we lift on our inhale. And then release. And on this last one, we'll add a head turn. So find that press into your extension. And then maybe you look over one shoulder. And then bring it back through center, looking over to the other direction. And then we bring it back to center and melt back down. We'll slide the palms back just a tad here, and then go ahead and press yourself all the way back into a child's pose, sitting back on the heels, reaching those arms out on the mat. And then we're going to press ourselves up onto all 4s. We'll take it into a few cat-cows here. On an inhale, tilt the tailbone and head up toward the ceiling. Exhale, chin to chest, really getting that round in the lower back. And again, inhale. And then exhale as you draw chin to chest, pull the belly in. Again here for 3. And then let's take it through 1 more. And then exhale, chin to chest, pull the belly in, pressing the air out. And then we come back to our neutral position. We walk the palms in towards us, and we come to a seated position. I'll turn here to face you all. So we'll get into some upper body stretches, opening those arms up on an inhale, and then exhale, go ahead and pull one arm across the chest, keeping that shoulder down. So my left arm is here, that left shoulder stays down. Inhale, open the arms. Exhale as we switch, drawing that arm across the front of the body. We take another reach of the arms here. We'll go into a tricep release. So bending and pressing onto that left arm, getting a release in the triceps there. And then we take a slight tilt over to our right side, getting into a lateral stretch. We release the arms, big inhale as they float back up overhead, and then exhale, gently press over on that right side now. Working into the triceps here. And then when you're ready, we go ahead and bend over to our left, releasing the right side of the body. You can release from there. We float the arms up on an inhale, bringing the palms behind the back of the head, and allow the head to gently press onto the palms as you open up the front of the body. And then again for 2, inhale as we allow ourselves to get that opening in the front, and then exhale back to center. Let's take it through 1 more. And then exhale and release. We float those arms down. Now we're going to bring it into a downward facing dog. So bringing the palms back down, we find ourselves on all 4s, tuck the toes, lift the hips, pressing the heels back onto the mat. And then from here, we're just going to walk the dog as you bend one knee after the other. Just getting that nice release in the hamstrings, really letting the head be heavy. So just letting it dangle there in between the arms. And then take a moment to press both the heels back, really getting into that stretch. And then we'll get into a hip opener here in a moment. So starting with that right leg floated up on the inhale, exhale, bend that knee as you allow it to float over to the left. find a range of motion that feels best for you here. Really getting into that release. And then we draw the leg back, exhale as we float it back onto the mat. And then we switch to the other side. Inhale that leg up, exhale as we bend the knee, and then let it fall over to the right. Again, getting that hip opener here. And then from there, float the leg back up, lowering it down. We take one final press of the heels down towards the mat here. And then walk the palms in towards the feet. Now before we round ourselves up to standing, we'll get into an Itb release. Now we're going to straighten that left leg, put a soft bend in the right leg, and then float that left arm up towards the ceiling as you follow with the gaze, looking up towards the fingertips. Continuing the flow of the breath here. And then we go ahead and on an exhale, float that arm down towards the mat, and then we switch over to the other side. As we put a soft bend in the left leg, right leg is straight, and then right arm floats up to the ceiling and we turn the head to follow. Nice flow of the breath. Let's float that arm down, soft bend in both knees as we round ourselves up to standing, one vertebrae at a time. And then I'll bring myself to center here to face you all. We find ourselves in a parallel stance, big float of the arms. Exhale as we go into a lateral bend. Over to our right side, we float the arms down. Inhale, lift as we fold over to our right. And then both arms lower. Big inhale as you lift both arms up toward the ceiling. And then exhale, release. We have one more here. Big stretch through the fingertips. Exhale down. And we are done. Thank you all for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this stretch and feel energized for your day. And as always, I look forward to bringing you another video. Have a good one.